Hello everyone, this is Clark Kent. Today, I'm sharing a story I've never written about, not for the planet, and not even in my private journals at the fortress. It's a story buried beneath decades of Justice League history, a connection so subtle, so deeply woven into two lives that most of the world never noticed it happened. This is a hidden bond between Superman and the last son of Mars. Most people think John Jones and I met as superheroes, two aliens joining the Justice League, two survivors from two dead worlds, two outsiders trying to protect a planet that wasn't ours. But the truth is, our connection began long before the League. Before costumes, before missions, before we even spoke a single word to each other, the Martian Manhunter and I were linked by something far deeper, a shared grief that the universe rarely sees and barely understands. I discovered the truth inside an old Kryptonian archive crystal, one I'd never noticed before. The crystal wasn't about Krypton. It wasn't a message from Jor-El. It wasn't a star map. It was a record of another world Krypton, once observed from afar. A world wrapped in green deserts, shifting red sands, cities that pulsed with telepathic energy. A planet named Malika-Andra, Mars. And inside that ancient recording was a face, a Martian, not John, but someone who looked heartbreakingly similar. Krypton had studied Mars long before I was born, and Mars had known Krypton. But the deeper mystery wasn't the archive itself. It was what came after. Years later, when I finally met John, he looked at me with recognition, not curiosity, not surprise, recognition, as if he already understood everything about me, everything I carried, everything I had lost. And then he said words I will never forget. Krypton's echoes reach farther than you think. Kal-El. I didn't understand it then, but after finding the crystal, I realized something astonishing. Our worlds had both looked to the stars, and somehow those gazes crossed. There are hints scattered across Martian lore of a visitor made of living sunlight, a being seen only once during a telepathic ritual ages ago. Some Martian scholars believed he was a vision of a distant future. Others believed he was a warning. But John, he believed something different. He believed that Krypton and Mars, two dying worlds, had reached out to each other across the cold vacuum of space, without ships, without messages, without hope of reply, but still connected by the grief of civilizations destined to fall. And that connection lived on in us. John once told me, "We are not alone because we are survivors, Kal-El. We are connected because we remember." Maybe that's why he and I fight the way we do, not as teammates, but as the last two sons of lost worlds trying to make sure this one doesn't meet the same fate. This is Clark Kent. Thank you for exploring this forgotten path between Krypton and Mars, and as always, stay curious, stay kind, and stay super.